Hello and welcome, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. It's my initials, M-A-L. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions Incorporated since 1998, author of 2 books with a 3rd one on the way. My first book is called Spell Ingredients. My second book is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace has a Kindle version and a link in the description box that you can preview it for free. The original version, however, which we had to seriously edit down to get it on Kindle, well, that's over on patreon.com/Drawing the Circle in our digital shop. My first book, Spell Ingredients, is there as well. We got audios, we got videos, free previews for the audios and videos some of my subscribers get. Those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their subscription package automatically. But the majority of my subscribers, who I adore, get 3 benefits in common real quick. Number 1, they get an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning at what we call a daily check-in. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with some kind of spiritual practice to send us on our way. And it is the wisest wish for me to start my day, considering what I do for a living, I'm sure you can imagine. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, as well as they get a significant discount when booking me with private sessions. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more deets, but I love it. You can follow us for free. You can 7-day free trial. You can shop in the store. There's so much they keep giving us to do, which is wonderful. So if you find yourself interested, click the link, look at the menu, and come play Patreon on Patreon. I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons. Hey, but you can just call me Mal. Hi. Let's do some explanation before we get into the divination for the new Aquarians and Crosswatchers. Feel free to jump ahead if you like, although the intention for this series has changed, though the format has not. Hello, new Aquarians and Crosswatchers. I have a lot of Aquarian friends. I'm Leo Rising, so it's my 7th house, so I have a lot of companions, Aquarians, along the way. That being said, this is what's called a 3 levels of power reading, a way of looking at something great, big, huge, like your life purpose, in 3 seeming separate but totally holographically connected levels of power: your work, your career, and your vocation, how you survive, your creativity, your passion, your hunger, your thirst, and your spiritual calling. Another way to look at it. Now, there are chakras involved in this reading. That's why that book, Words of Grace, saved my life in the writing of it. It's a lot of prayers and practices, and it's fun, right? It's me. But we're heavily influenced by the work of Caroline Myss. So what we're going to do is get 3 Caroline Myss archetype cards for what's going on in the 8th chakra. The archetypal pattern that you contracted to in this life, like it or not. You don't have to like it. I don't like a lot of the stuff I contracted to do, and that's okay. But we'll get 1 for work, 1 for career, 1 for vocation, all face down. The tarot cards as well will be face down, and then we'll, first look at work, then we'll look at career, and then we'll look at vocation. Then for the heart, throat, third eye, crown chakras, the internal feminine energy behind your eyes and all that stuff, we'll use a Daughters of the Moon tarot, 1 work, career, 1 work, 1 career, 1 vocation. And then for the physical world, the lower 3 chakras, the masculine dynamic, looking at yourself from the outside, you from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, particularly in Crosswatcher reads, right? It can be a lot of mirroring, so it can be both. We'll be using the mythical tarot and relationships to things like corporations and industries, as well as individual people, as well as blah, blah, blah. So those will get the chakras on the table from 8 to root, work, career, vocation, all face down. Then we'll get a whisper from the whispers of Lord Ganesha to help remove the obstacles. He's the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, but the remover of obstacles as well. So this wonderful oracle, I highly recommend it. And we will end with 1 Matt Kahn healing mantra, because it's all about healing, right? I mean, that's why we come back down here, right? As a school, as a playground. It's really just a big video game. But it is a construct of reality, quantum, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, and all of that. So these mantras really work if you work them. So I think that covers the explanation. I'm sure more will happen as we go along. So let's get into the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can, because I did a meditation and breath work before this, and I was like, whoa, stay grounded. And focus on your breath if you will. And I promise I will do everything within my power, within my contracts, to help anybody do what they came in to do, because by doing that, I'm fulfilling my sacred contracts by helping other people. You get it, shall we? It's very Aquarian if you think about it. That's why I like them so much. All right, here we go. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point, so let's go there. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. And here we go. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine. 3 cards in clarity. 8th chakra dynamic work, career, vocation for the Aquarian collective and their cross-watchers. What's going on in the 8th chakra of their work? What's going on in the 8th chakra of their career? What's going on in the 8th? This got a tingle. What's going on in the 8th chakra of their vocation for this timeless work, career, vocation read? Let's get these 3 down. There's usually one of the 3 levels that shows you leverage, right? Work on that one, tweak that one a little bit. The other 2 come into harmony because it's really all one thing. It's like white light through a prism to make the spectrum, right? All right, heart, third eye, crown. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all. And with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown for the Aquarians and the crosswatchers in their work. Heart, throat, third eye, crown, career. Heart, throat, third eye, crown, vocation for this timeless work, career, and vocation reading. Not looking, just, symmetry. I'm a Virgo. More or less, probably more. Outside in, inside out, masculine dynamic. Please take a nice deep breath. This is very, very high vibe. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on outside in, inside out relationship in the physical world, lower 3 chakras for the Aquarians and the crosswatchers in their work. What's going on, lower 3 chakras in their career. And what's going on in their lower 3 chakras of their vocation for this timeless work, career, vocation read. Okay, I got some tingles on some of these. Not that it doesn't happen, but... Okay. All right, well, we're going to start with work, as I said. Now, look, each of these Caroline Myss archetype cards has a shadow attribute and a light attribute. I call this lead and this gold, with 3 atoms here that aren't here that have to be transformed, alchemized, released, forgiven, whatever. You contracted to come into it, but you can also have an archetype for a reason, season, or lifetime. And fortunately or unfortunately with cross-watcher readings, somebody else that might be going through it. It's still your lesson, like whoever's watching it. So the judge. The judge, gee, a judgmental Aquarius, who ever heard of it? Judgmental, really, any sign, who ever heard of it? Certainly is a wisdom family archetype, the shadow attribute, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Now, I will say I know a lot of Aquarians who have been in the situation of dealing with that with others, right, where there's a thumb on the scale of the judge. So, are we seeing that in the physical world? Yeah, so it's something that we can all work on holographically, because it's a wisdom family archetype. The gold, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. And in the physical world that is needed, however, we've got the trickster. We have the coyote woman in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. It's a goddess deck, so they not really heavy on the patriarchal, so they took the devil and split it into oppression and the coyote woman. But it's the trickster. And there's a trickster in every pantheon, right? With somewhere, even Saint Germain's a trickster. So when it's a major arcana, the way I read a chakra read like this, it's usually all the chakras in those zones working together. So this absolutely speaks to me of shadow work, right? Where sometimes we are in a situation inside of ourselves, which maybe we don't show on the outside because we've got the Knight of Cups on the outside. We'll get there. Definitely there is some shadow work afoot here, right? The trickster literally walking into its shadow. So there is a heart third eye crown thing. I mean, if you want to look at the devil, sure, it's about fear. Sure, it's about shadows, but they are about chains. That's more in the oppression card. That's why it was cool. Daughters of the Moon, they split it into two different cards. But the coyote, I mean, just look up coyote medicine, right? The totem, just do a little bit of the research, and you'll see that it's a great teacher, but sometimes we got to be tricked into our own lessons, as the divine would have it be. So how do we do that with wise judgment without being judgmental, right? Or putting our thumb on the scale, being unethical? Wow. Now, here we got the Pisces card, the the Knight of Cups. Juliet Sharman Burke literally assigns zodiacal signs to each of them, except not so much the pages. So that's the Pisces card. Now, that could be somebody that you're dealing with in your work world, so to speak, how you survive in the world. But it can also really, if you have any planets in Pisces, or even look at your chart, what house Pisces is in. Pisces energy is 12th house, you know, in the 12 zodiacal houses. It's the collective unconscious, right? I'm a Pisces moon. I'm very, very familiar. So even if you do not have Pisces placement in any way, shape, or form in your chart, go have a look at the house that it's in. And if you do, you do. And if they don't, they don't. So there is a real thing here about you paying attention, I would say, particularly to your second chakra. Right? Second chakra is one-on-one relationship. It's like an umbilical cord we have with other people, and things like money, right? Second chakra, creativity, sexuality, and all of that. So, you know, to really pay attention to that, because your second chakra will go, or right? Really visceral, right? That level of survival intuition. So, particularly if you feel like that there's something sneaky, tricky going on here, the mind may be in shadow work, so to speak, may not be seeing clearly, may be seeing through a glass darkly, whatever. But to really, really pay attention to the intuitive. Now, this again could be somebody else, and the Knight of Cups is often seen as a romantic figure. So make sure, if this is a romantic thing in the work space, in whatever way, shape, or form, that you're really doing the fair distribution of power, right? It's got to be there, because, you know, Coyote is the ultimate saboteur. I mean, did we learn nothing from a Roadrunner? Of course we did. So it's very, maybe not as specific as I think like a lot of people know who Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote's super genius is. So be careful of the super genius stuff in your work, because that's a trap. Oh, and I love it. You got the hero. The hero, heroine I totally associate with with the Aquarians in general. Y'all are superheroes. Okay. So let's do this. We'll get to that. Now, this is an action family archetype. I have the hero archetypes in the lifetime. I just do. It's my action family archetype for my first circle of 12, read sacred contracts. So I know the shadow and the light of this very, very well. The shadow, escapism, a false sense of heroism. It's like, I stacked the dishwasher correctly, although you got to give yourself some pat on the back every now and again. The light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Well, if I ain't doing that in my career, then I don't know what I'm doing, because it does seem that way, right? And we have a male and a female here climbing to the top of a mountain, the hero's journey. I mean, Joseph Campbell 101. So on the inner, you got a zodiacal card, the Maiden of Pentacles, the Virgo card. I am a Virgo, Lada, L-A-D-A, if you want to look up the cultural and spiritual connections to her. But as a Virgo, 6th house dynamic is health and occupation, and not just occupation, what we do for a living, but what occupies us, right? And how our health affects what we're occupied with, and what we're occupied with, how it affects our health. And this is about personal empowerment. So for me, the earth element, when it's in the internal heart, third eye crown, it's about wisdom that you've gotten. But 6th house is absolutely analytical, with mutable earth. Think sand, like down to the gritsy, grainsy details of things. And also of healing and filtration systems. Sand was one of the original ways of obviously not purifying water, but at least straining the crocodile crap out of it. And look, you got Hades on the outer here in the Mythic Tarot. Definitely a transformation going on here. Now, don't freak out about the Death card. I don't know that a literal death comes with it. This is a work-career-vocation read, right? It is about transformation, and if it really was the end, it wouldn't be usually the 13th card out of 21, 22 cards in the major arcana, right? So absolutely, in your career right now, there is a lot of transformation going on, obviously, but it also could be the transformation of an industry or a company or something, certainly just what you're doing here, but this is going to be really about what you occupy yourself with on the inner, how you choose to heal this, and how to implement the little grits and grains of wisdom that you've picked up along the way and sculpt something new. Beautiful, because this might very well be rising from the ashes more than going to. And remember, we got tingles here. Okay. Oh my. All right. I'm just going to say for major arcana, this one's your leverage. But let's see. You got the Mediator, a wisdom family archetype. So a judge and a mediator walk into a bar with a hero, right? That sounds like a Carl Jung kind of dealio going on there. So let me read you this one, the Mediator. I have found myself in so many mediator situations in my life, just as a spiritual counselor sometimes. But the shadow attribute, negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. So then again, we're seeing that idea of a thumb on the scales, what you're shooting for, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. And all of the Aquarians I know are kind of brilliant strategists in their own way. Just seems to be that way. Respect for both sides of an argument, which, this is your vocation. This is the spiritual part. And you know what? I think you got it, because you got Pan, which is a combination, or I should say an amalgamation of the Emperor and the Hierophant in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Again, a feminist deck, so definitely takes a very young and vibrant Pan here, also known as the Dion in the book that she writes, right? The Sun, right? Dion, Dionysus, and all of that. So if you want to take this as the Emperor, it is the divine masculine energy card. It really is. It's saying heart, third eye crown. Your power really sits in you being a fair mediator, right? Like you really, really aligning with your heart, third eye crown, because it's all the kings, the cardinal signs in the zodiac, right? That make up the Emperor, just as all the queens make up the Empress. And then you got Athena herself, the Aquarian archetype, if you ask me. So high, so distant, and doesn't get their hands dirty, right? Her weapon is a spear, but they show her here with the sword of justice and Bebo, if you know what I'm talking about, clickety-clack. So there is a balancing here. There is now, usually when the justice card comes up, it's very much about, yes, bringing things into balance and karma and all of that. But that there has been an injustice that has gone on here, maybe in some way, or maybe this is a social justicer, if that's the right way of saying that, right? Someone who's really in that situation, or part of their vocation is that, which is very easy to see the humanitarian Aquarian 11th house, how their creativity interacts with the world, being social justice heroes. That's what I mean. It's like, da-da-da, you all need your own special theme songs, but no capes. We've learned, no capes. All right, so this is a very, very interesting read. I totally got the tingles on that one. So do understand, and we're going to put this all together in a little bit, but, Hades is don't fear the Reaper, because he's not the Reaper anyway. He is the god of transformation, and he is the wealthiest god. So out of the ashes comes gold. If, you started with lead, if you know what I mean, alchemically speaking, If that worked in real life, this world would be drastically different. There'd be no lead left. It would all have been transformed. Oh, spiritual alchemy, we love you so much. And we love Lord Ganesha. I love Lord Ganesha. Been working with him since I met the Ashtaya monks when we started the company. So, remover of obstacles, those 3 atoms in between lead and gold. Let's see what he has to say. Just one. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ganesha override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving wise oracle message to assist the Aquarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers, fulfilling their life purpose in their work, career, vocation, alchemizing their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, from fear to love and illusion to truth in this mediator, hero, judge, contract. Woof. Steadfastness. Thinking of a couple of, but one in particular, an Aquarian that I know that should be their middle name. Card number 32. I mean, you're an elephant, right? An elephant. I mean, there you go. You're the juggernauts. You're juggernauts. 32. Hold on. We'll get there. Just going to read a little bit of this. Some of them are long, but this. Ready? Here we go. Judge, mediator, hero. Do not waver back and forth or be moved by the circumstances that are surrounding you at this time. Because you usually don't do that. You usually do that anyway. Be focused on your purpose and unwilling to be swayed by what other people think or what you perceive. Ganesha heartens you by revealing that when you know your effort is not futile, you will be steadfast and immovable. Fixed air. Oh my God, my friend David is just broadcasting through my third eye right now. This seems to be a major stumbling block in your life at this time. Perhaps your current job gives you little recognition. With no real sense of accomplishment or success, you may feel unheard in your relationships. Possibly the error lies in the fact that in your heart you really feel your struggle is hopeless. Now, let's stick a pin in that for a second. We all go through that. work, career, vocation, relationships, it's just part of the human experience. So as one of us heals that, even a little bit, we all heal that. That's holographic, healing reality, blah, blah, blah. I'm a pure non-dualist witch. Figure it out. I can't. You may recognize it on an intellectual level, but you are easily shaken when you do not see the fruit of your exertion. A human thing, absolutely acceptable. Ganesha is pictured here riding the elephant to engage you in the energy of the elephant spirit. Elephants can teach you that kindness, dedication, and communication in relationships is very powerful. They remind you that it is necessary to keep relationships alive, trusting and loving, whether the relationship is with friends, family, or a partner, deeply faithful to all creatures with which they have relationships. Elephants are tough when protecting others and gentle with nurturing them. Aww, touched my heart. The matriarch, the oldest, most experienced female leader of a herd, leads in a way that is both gentle and inclusive. Elephants are able to communicate telepathically. Well, that's good to know, considering they don't forget. They probably got dirt on everybody. When you draw this card, your ability to truly listen to others is enhanced. There you go. I mean, but that's what I'm just thinking of, my friend. It's like he can give you professionally, he can give you a dressing down, but totally within the parameters of the parameters. Let's get one last card on the table, shall we? Definitely, I'm going to say that the mediation, right, to really, really, really hit for that one. You're calling, particularly with the Justice card there, and steadfast. Be steadfast and strong. But let's get you a mantra to help you do that too. Let's ask these ascended masters. Please take a nice deep breath. They're pretty steadfast. Ascended Master override. Place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what's the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist the Aquarians and their cross-watchers fulfilling their life purpose in their work, career, vocation, doing the alchemy in this mediator, heroic, judge, contract, removing the obstacles with steadfastness for this timeless work, career, vocation reading. It's my favorite one. Inviting ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. There is a contract, however, in this mantra, which I am going to read it from the Bookie Book. I was raised by a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer myself. I don't even play one on TV. But I do. It really got me into studying universal and magical law and national, just all of that. Illuminating the truth, integrating, invite. This is one of my favorites. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. When ecstasy is invited, you feel aligned and ready to receive all the miraculous gifts and joyful experiences that the universe is ready to provide you, right? So it's like, okay, I have to invite that in, yeah? Ecstasy acts as a cosmic green light that grants your destiny permission to enter. In many instances, pain can be healed and released once a healthy relationship with pleasure is established. Now, let's stick a pin in that, right? So we all got pain, we all got wounds, right? Empaths, picking up other people's stuff, as we go along, whatever. So the idea of a healthy relationship with pleasure that's not dependent upon something outside of yourself, because you're actually inviting it in from a higher vibe. Right? And then you take the hero's journey, right? How more empowering that could be. So less and less are we dependent upon, feeling good by what's going on the outside, because we are worthy of all the pleasure our hearts desires, but that doesn't mean we're going to get them all at once when we want them. Right? It's the hero's journey. Day 1 of the hero's journey. Here, you have to do this. 2 hours later, I'm done. Right? It's like, that's not really a hero's journey. It took Odysseus a crap ton longer. This mantra is ideal for increasing self-worth, elevating levels of excitement, and allowing bigger dreams. Now, I have to say, that really, really doesn't speak to me so much of the mediator as it does the hero, right? To really take the journey. I'm worthy. We all are. That's the joke of it all. We're really lovely underneath it all, no doubt. I'll never stop saying that. Some of you get it, some of you don't, and that's okay too. But one of the reasons why this is such a joyful card for me is because I've done the mantra, right? And I have been steadfast. I'm worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires, right? Particularly in my work, career, and vocation. And look, I've created a career for myself that I do what I love, and I love what I do, and I make my own hours and, juggle a schedule like crazy, but I'm doing what I came here to do. So, part of what I came here to do is to end this with what we call a blessimation, if you're new to what I do here. Combination of a blessing and a summation. It's a Patreon word we came up with. And though I never know what's going to come out of my mouth anyway, this is where it really gets fun. For me, at least. One more time, at least for this reading. Please take a nice deep breath. Because this feels good. Still point. Let us end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to love, from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and from illusion to truth in their work, career, vocation, so that in their vocation they embrace their gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life with respect for both sides of an argument, really being the emperor there, all that cardinal energy there of the 4 signs as Pan, a healthy, united, wise, powerful boss, if you want to go there, with justice, with the mediator, making perfect sense there that this lower 3 chakras feels right. Like no one's being violated, everyone's being respected, even if it's just one next step forward. And so that in their career, they can embrace their passion for their journey of personal power, keeping an eye on what's occupying them, applying the wisdom of what they are healing and what occupies them in service. Virgo is the servant of the zodiac, particularly as things transform. This really feels more like rising from rather than going to ashes for them, but for them to really pay attention to their lower 3 chakras in their vocation and in their career, because in their work, may they be blessed with an ability to balance justice and compassion, justice on the table, managing the fair distribution of power in their work, because there may be some sabotorial lessons being learned here. There might be some shadowy shit going on, inner and outer, and for them to really, really do their best to follow their gut and go with the flow, but really pay attention to that second chakra, yes or no vibe, so that they can stand strong, that they can remove the obstacles through their steadfastness, inviting their ecstasy in, because they are worthy of all the pleasure that their hearts desires, so that they can do what they love and love what they do, so that they can fulfill their role that they contracted to do in this lifetime with this mediator, hero, heroine, judge contract for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life. In a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, because they are the heroes of the zodiac. For the well-being of all. And with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. So let it be. And so it is. Aww. I think I just touched my own heart. I know you all did it too. So So if you found the video helpful, if you have found something in the reading, particularly that mantra, one of my favorites, hit the thumbs up. Just helps other people find the video. You want more of me here on YouTube? Guess what? I'm not stopping because this is fun for me at this point. And so subscribe because I'm just going to keep doing it. And if you want the deeper dive, just go check out Patreon. Just go see what I got going on there, right? Go browse through the shop. Lots of free previews and stuff, audio and video on there. You can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. Just so many options over there, and I highly recommend it to my creative friends. And a lot of them have done it, and they're doing pretty well. So yeah, have to say this reading touches me, and because I really get this steadfastness card, and there's so much injustice going on in the world as usual. Really, it's been going on for a while, but that seems to be getting cleared up here. So if you need a little bit of extra help, if you like, I made a video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal at my 25th anniversary, May 1st, 2023, wow, where I was living in Holbrook. This was last year for the time of this recording. Didn't know I'd be moving up here, so I have to make a new one, but everything is in there. There's a link in the description box. Explains what I charge, why I charge it, the Patreon discount, how most of the readings that I do are online, but it's in a Zoom recording where I send the client a link. They get in my Zoom. We record it. I send them the recording. They tell me they downloaded it, and then I delete it, right? Confidentiality is really key for me. It's the most important thing like in my ethics to do what I do so they don't snatch my skills away overnight. And certainly the most important thing I say in that reading is that I've never and will never turn somebody away because of lack of finances. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way. So even if it's pay it forward, if it feels right, we can do it. So, yeah, watch the link. It's a fun vid. Makes my mom laugh. Oh, because now I'm doing readings in Saratoga Springs at the Magic Moon on Phila Street, Phila. You call them directly, right? So I gotta make a video to incorporate all that, and I will. But for now, I gotta say, if you want to book me, reach out because I am always here to help. And I also have a new kitten. I mention it because I've mentioned it in all the other videos. And this is Samuel, my Sammy. I love him so much. He's brought so much youth and vitality and joy, and he's a snuggle bunny, and he's a Sagittarius, Crabby cat. And if you would like to see him and his two older brothers, follow me on Facebook. I'm having a lot of fun as a digital creator on Facebook all of a sudden. Surprise from the divine. So someday we'll get recorded the adventures of the red dot, the laser pen thing, because I need someone to hold the camera while I make the cats do loop-de-loops. It's so amazing. So just thank you so much. I love you all. I mean, I really do. I have so many Aquarian friends. So if you need me, you know how to find me. And if you don't, watch the vid. It explains it all for you. So wishing you the very best and the very blessed in you fulfilling your life purpose in these times going ahead. I believe in you. You've got this. Avengers assemble. You do you. I love you. Hang in there. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.